Alright, the camera didn't film there for a few minutes. So what I did was I took the case apart and I went ahead and knocked out the edge that was in here. My deburring tool, which is right here. So you just go down and push down with this and you slide it on out like that. You deburr the hole and you knock out that real thin area. Harley wants you to cut this edge out here, but if this is thick enough because I didn't bore it out so big, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it. So it doesn't hurt anything by being in there, so just leave it. The hell. It'll keep some of the oil from blasting down through there a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. This side here, I am going to have to counterbore this on down deeper to the good metal. So I have to go down probably at least this deep to get into good metal. So I'll use a reamer to do that. So I'll just knock that down a little bit, and then we're going to run a longer bolt. Now this is the correct 110 bolt here. See how it's been necked down versus the regular bolt. So, and these are the stock bolts here. See, this one's longer. So this might be able to use this one. I don't know. If not, we're going to use one of these. Whatever, we'll come to whatever length we need. I don't think he's going to find no one of these bolts, so he's on his own. I'm not giving up my bolt. That's my sample bolt for working. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Let's work on this. So I got this side cleaned up now. So we'll work on this other side. Okay, so this goes over here. So basically all I'm going to do is going to ream it deeper. So we'll just use a reamer for that. I got to drill a hole deeper also, which is an F drill, as I recall, for 5/16. And then we got to tap it deeper. So we get ourselves a tap here also. Okay. So how big is the tap? First thing I do is measure the tap here and see what the shank of the tap here is. And it's a little bit over 5/16. So this is a 5/16 reamer here. So these holes are a lot bigger than that on these. I'm going to go one size above 5/16, still smaller than what this case down here is. So what this one is, but we're close. Parts in that are tight. So I'm going to go ahead and ream this down, which will counterbore our hole down right here. I'll do that. Looks like I raised my table up just a little bit too far. Camera stands in the way. There you go. Got the hoses on the floor, and my way over here. Okay. There we go, that can go down a little bit deeper. Before I do that, I want to drill that hole deeper. Jeez. Is that not an F drill? It says an F drill. 5/16/18 is supposed to be an F drill. Case is what it is, I guess. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to see how deep we can go. And you back off a little bit. So you can be down there that deep. So here's the bottom of the case right here. So we're above that point, so that's how deep we can go. So I'm going to go ahead and drill it. Now when you do a 113, you need to go down this deep. When you do a 110, you don't have to, but we're here. We might as well just do it now. Oh, I didn't not set my stop, dumbass. So I set my depth stop right here. Double check your distance down here. Closer I need to be. There we go. So I'm just checking my thumbnail down, about a 1/4 inch down. That should be fine. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut this one down. I'll cut it out here. There we go. And just drill this through. A little more speed than this though. Go. Yeah. So we use the old threads as the pilot for the new thread's going to be. Okay, that takes care of that one. It seems like it's cutting some of the threads out too, which is not good, but we'll have to see. Okay, now we're going to come in here with the reamer. We're going to go down a little bit. Okay, now this one I want to go down probably about that deep there at least. So we can go up here and set our depth stop. Use the quick disconnect one there. And a couple a bit more. Not sure how deep I want to go, so I'm going to go that deep for now. Too fast. Okay, so now we're going to lean this down. Start it slow so it'll follow the thread. It's really, really thin so it can kick off center real easy. We're doing pretty good. Okay, and we're stopped. Okay, that's my depth right now. And right off the bat, it looks like it's not quite deep enough to get down to good material. I'd like to go a little bit deeper than that. You can look at this one over here and you see how deep this one is before you got good metal. So you want to do the same thing on this, if not deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it down another 1/8 of an inch or so. That looks pretty good. I didn't go quite an 1/8. Okay, now it looks like I'm in a good metal. Take our deburring tool and go knock out the excess there. That'll tell you how far you are. See, it's real thin right here, wall. So it comes out, just goes right down through that real quick, see. To get over here where I can work on it. Okay, so you can see the chamfer, or the deburring there is below the surface where the top of the thread will start, so that means we're in a better material. See, it's pretty thin right there, it's only like a 32nd thick. So, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to blow all the chips out of the hole, tap it deeper. Should Should be good. Got stuff out of there. Okay. Okay, the tap can go in the hole pretty easy. So you have plenty of room. Cutting oil. We're going to cut in there all the way down as far as we can go. Some oil down in the hole. Getting oil all over me. Okay, that's the original thread. And now we're starting to cut. If I clamp the case down, it'd be a little bit easier here, but we're all right. Okay, I went down pretty far, so I'll come back up, blow the chips out, re-oil it. It just goes down in the hole and blows the chips up from the bottom up, so it blows them out pretty good. Go all the way down. Blows them out really good. So it blows the chips all over your finger and the oil and everything. Okay, do that again. Some oil down in there. So you can't get too much oil, but yeah, you actually can get too much oil. So nice wet surface is all you really need. You don't need to be cut into a puddle of oil. This is really sharp over here, so you got to make sure your fingers don't catch that edge, or at least my fingers. See, it's getting tight. Good place to stop. So about how deep are we? Okay, I look at the tap to see about how deep it is. I'll pull it out and I'll look on the outside of the case to see exactly how far down we are. My guess is we're all the way down. Okay. So I was down there until these were starting to disappear in this area down here. So yep, I'm pretty far down in there. It's pretty much bottomed out almost. Probably only 2 more threads at best I could get. So that's plenty deep enough. Clean that off. Hands are nice and oily now. Knock off any burrs. Okay, come back around. There you go. You see the cutout we got right here. It's pretty equal. So now I'm going to go ahead and get a bolt and see where our bolt length is going to be. So this is the stock 110 bolt. So many threads we'd have to go down pretty deep. Yeah, we could go in there that deep if we had to, but that's a lot of threading. I don't think it needs to be quite that many threads in a case, especially on a center bolt that has no torque on it. Half of that would be fine. So this next length down we got, looks looks like the next length down is this one, which is a stock Harley bolt. And you can see how many threads we got. Plenty. Here's a regular bolt. See, it's about the same distance. This one's just a tick lower. That's because we had to counterbore it. So I'm going to use this bolt here. This bolt is a 1/4 inch longer than stock, as I recall. Yeah, 1/4 inch more than stock length. So. Okay, so we're going to use this bolt here. This came out of a 110 bike. That was that black motor I did. We won't tell them we're stealing this part. So okay, so you can see where the threads are going to be in there a little bit. Okay. So I don't think we're going to hit it all, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to hit because we had aluminum in there, remember? But to make sure, we're going to undercut it just slightly, like this here, but not quite so deep. So where'd my red pen go? Looks like somebody stole my red pen. I'm going to use orange. Orange and red are about the same, right? So I'm going to go ahead and mark the bolt here on the side so I can see where it's at. I do it on both sides because I don't know what's going to transfer or not. Okay. Pull the bolt out. You can see right there where the mark is at. It's from here to here. So now what we're going to do is go over there and see if we can turn that down a little bit. So the problem for turning that down is I don't know if I can do it in my chuck. Find out. Turn the light on would help. Okay, the chuck has a notch in the back of it where you can put a bolt head in there. This is shoulder bolt, so it's a little bit bigger. It's right there. And yep, it's too big. So it doesn't work. See, I'm tight on the bolt right now on the back shoulder there. And you can see how loose the bolt is. That would be a problem. So you start to cut that, you break something. So now we got to figure out how we're going to hold the bolt to cut it. Easier said than done. So we only need to cut a little bit of this right here. So the easiest way to do this probably is put 2 nuts on here, jam them together, clamp them off the nuts, and then turn this down right here. So I'm going to go grab me a couple nuts. We'll be back.